In today's video, I'm trying to save a 17-cent feeder goldfish from the pet store. A lot of people say these are some of the worst fish that you can buy. Mine was covered in parasites, barely moving, and didn't look good at all. So I brought him home, set up a proper tank, and tried to give him a real chance. I just didn't realize how hard that was going to be. To start this video, I want to talk about some of the biggest misconceptions about goldfish. A lot of people think they belong in bowls, but honestly, they're one of the worst fish you could put in one. They're sold for pennies, they're packed into crowded store tanks, and that makes people assume they're easy beginner pets. But these little fish can grow over a foot long, and they're some of the messiest fish you can own. So instead of giving him the bare minimum, I'm giving one small fish a tank big enough to actually let him thrive. Let's build it. To start out, I'll be using a 20-gallon fish tank, which may seem overkill for one fish, but for how big this fish will hopefully get, it's actually a little too small. So I have plans of upgrading the tank once he outgrows it. For the back of the tank, I'll slap on some black vinyl to make it look more aesthetically pleasing, and it will also help reduce stress in the fish by making him feel like he's not out in the open. After squeezing the soapy water out of the vinyl so it sticks, I put it on a shelf front and center in my fish room. It's been a super long time since I owned a goldfish, so I'm honestly really excited to get one and give him an awesome life. I quickly fill up the tank and cross my fingers that there's no leaks because I forgot to check it before this. Thankfully I'm in the clear, so I grab some dechlorinator, pour it into the tank, and stir it around to make sure that everything is safe for the goldfish. Goldfish are super messy, and their tanks are known for having tons of ammonia, so I grab a massive filter from one of my bigger tanks that's loaded with beneficial bacteria and put it in the tank and crank the flow up to the highest setting. Now for this build, I'm keeping it very simple. A couple pieces of driftwood with Anubias plants on them because these are known to be stronger and harder for goldfish to eat. I won't be adding any substrate to the bottom of this tank because it would just trap waste and make the tank harder to clean and more likely to have ammonia spikes. This is by far the most simple build I've ever done on this channel, but I think it looks nice and elegant. Just 2 pieces of driftwood on each side of the tank with a couple bulletproof plants to help filter the water. Now there's only one thing left to do: get our fish. When I went to the store, I stumbled upon the goldfish tank, and a lot of them were in rough shape. Usually these guys are purchased with the sole purpose of being fed to bigger fish. This one right here was obviously dying, and I knew whichever fish they gave me is likely going to have some health challenges. They scooped me out an all orange one, and right away I noticed his fins were droopy and he was covered in ick, which is a highly contagious freshwater fish disease caused by a parasite. I knew when I saw this fish, it was going to be super hard to keep him alive, but it was better than the alternative, which was certain death for this little guy. After acclimating him, I put him into the tank, and this shot here you can see how droopy his fins are. Usually those would be spread apart. Ick has a hard time dealing with heat, so I grabbed a heater and dropped it in, slowly warming up the water. After the water was warmer, I ran back to the store and got some medicine, which funny enough cost 100 times more than the fish cost. I measured out the correct amount for 20 gallons and poured it into the tank. Instantly the water turned blue. I decided this little guy needs a name, and naturally I landed on Goldie, which I thought was pretty cute. Goldie wasn't swimming too much, which is usually a bad sign, so hopefully the medicine plus the heat can take care of the ick. But if it can't, he's in trouble. I figured he was dealing with enough stress already, so I decided to kill the lights so he could really settle in and relax. 5 days later, Goldie was showing signs of improvement. His ick spots were slowly going away, and he was even eating a tiny bit of food. I added a little more medicine, and after doing some research, I learned that this stuff can remove a lot of the oxygen from the water. So I added an air stone on full blast. I continued looking for natural ways to help sick fish. I remembered that Indian almond leaves can reduce stress and promote healing, so I grabbed a handful of them and dropped them one by one into the tank. I really thought Goldie was going to make it. I did everything right: big tank, medication, perfect water, but after a few days, he was gone. I almost scrapped this video, but this is the real side of fish keeping. Sometimes you can do everything right and still lose the fish, and that's exactly why these guys deserve better from the start. I didn't feel right flushing this guy down the toilet. We'd become pals. so I gave him a proper burial and a headstone. Comment down below to pay your respects to Goldie. I was still determined to save a fish and give him a good long life, so I went to a different pet store and bought another feeder fish. Right out of the gate, this one looked a lot healthier. His fins were spread out, and I didn't see any ick on him. I already knew the chances of success were much better. I made sure to drip acclimate him so he had plenty of time to get used to the new tank. I also did a massive water change the day before to get a lot of the medicine out. Right away, he looked so much healthier than Goldie. He was picking at the driftwood, which was a good sign that he was hungry, so I grabbed some bloodworms and put a couple of them into the tank. It's usually a really good sign that a fish is healthy if they eat shortly after being added into a new tank. So this guy was checking all the boxes, because he was slurping up bloodworms one by one like a little vacuum cleaner. I figured since I named the first fish, it's only fair to let one of you guys name the second one, so comment down below what you think I should call this little guy. After he was full, I decided I was going to add another plant to this tank to help filter the water a little more. I've heard pothos vines are super good at natural filtration, so I went with that. After reading online, some people say that these can grow a new leaf every 10 days, which is super impressive. So I dropped it into the tank, and I thought it looked super nice next to my custom drawn stickers. If you guys are interested in supporting the channel, I'll drop a link to them down below. I always feel weird trying to sell anything to you guys, but I had them drawn and figured I might as well give them a shout out. But obviously, no problem either way. About 2 weeks had passed, and the tank was looking pretty rough. This guy was proving the stereotype to be true about goldfish being messy eaters. There's not too many animals that I'd put in the same tank as this fish, but I decided to get one nearite snail to help clean up some of the mess. I dropped him in, and pretty quickly the goldfish came over to say hello. Quickly he got to work and was doing an awesome job. It's about to be a little more busy though, because I decided to see if the goldfish would eat a boiled pea. I know that I hate peas, but I read online that goldfish love them, and they can help with digestion. So I dropped it in, and broke it up a little bit so it'd be easier for him to get a hold of. It sunk to the bottom, and pretty quickly he went for a bite. I think he was a fan, because he didn't immediately spit it out. Here I got a really good shot of his face, and you can see how cute he is. He didn't care about letting me record him because he turned around and went for another bite, this time inhaling it. When I bought that first goldfish, I thought it'd be easy. It was just a feeder, but losing him made me realize a lot of these fish aren't starting from a good place. The second one wasn't some huge change, he was just healthier from the start. So sometimes giving them a real chance is all it takes. I finished editing this video a little while ago, and this is a quick update as of today, March 4th. The second fish is now over a month old, and he's doing awesome, so let me know if you'd want to see a part 2 when I swap tanks and get him a bigger one eventually. Okay, that's it. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.